Hello everyone and welcome to my analysis of the new GTA 6 trailer, which just released a few days ago, and oh boy, nobody expected this. But anyway, without further ado, here's my breakdown of this trailer. Let's get right into it. The first scene gives us the first look at Leonida Keys, which is based on the real-life Florida Keys. And for anyone wondering, the state in which the action will take place is Leonida, based on Florida, obviously. The first thing you notice is how good this game looks. I mean, look at this. The clouds, everything. It looks absolutely stunning. Onto some interesting details, however. We obviously have some new boats and boats returning actually. I think this right here is something new, and this looks to be in the game before in GTA 5, and as well as jet skis. And the wildlife looks more plentiful than in GTA 5. We see, I think, some tortoises here, if I'm not mistaken, on the left side of the screen, as well as some water birds, maybe ducks or possibly even pelicans, as they look like they have some longer beaks. Looking at how they're peeking out of the water, and yeah, we hear some seagulls in the background, but for obvious copyright reasons, I cannot show you those. And yeah, some seagulls also flying in the background. And we can also see on the right side of the screen a plane, which is planes obviously are coming back. It's very, very nice. And in the next scene, we see Jason Duval's starter house. And that's the full name of Lucia's boyfriend, by the way. And also, Rockstar has released a website page about GTA 6, going in depth about everything in this trailer. So check it out if you want to read more about the characters and places and so on. We also see Jason's vehicle, as well as another car which I've seen on the internet. Looks like it's going to be the Willard Eudora, making a return from GTA 5. We also see a lizard next to Jason's house. And next up, we get introduced to Brian, who drives a Caracara 4x4 from GTA 5 also. And yeah, there it is. There's the Willard Dora, by the way. And this guy is letting Jason live rent-free in this house as long as he helps with local shakedowns. We also see a raccoon in the background coming out of the trash can. And oh boy, is Jason buffed. It's similar to Franklin in GTA 5, and it looks like he has two tattoos, one on the right side here and then one on the left arm. And we also take a quick look at the inside of Jason's house, which looks to have a balcony or a way down, maybe a way down to the sea, possibly, we don't know. And yeah, nothing too interesting here, maybe a ladder there, and that's about it. Anyway, we see Jason driving his car, and other than that girl in pink yelling after him, we have updated reflections. I mean, take a look at these reflections. Quite nice and much more improved and updated compared to GTA 5. I would also like you to take a quick look at the steering wheel details. Wild detailing there with those small bumps, which an older car should and would have, so it looks so good. We then see Jason slapping a cashier in a so-called crystal shop. As you can see, some crystals and some stones. And very nice, we also see some t-shirts on the left side of the screen. And then Jason is stealing some money from the register, probably to pay off Brian and give it to Brian. And we see the same cashier on the floor, probably after Jason beat the shit out of him. I'm sorry. As well as another guy who maybe passed out or even dead. I hope not, but it looks like he's passed out most likely from what he has taken. The next scene shows us a lot of interesting things. Jason is driving on a highway on which there are many interesting cars, including one with this jet ski, which I already talked about. signs with lots of new locations, like the Vice City International Airport, as well as Ambrosia, another city in this game, which means that the map of GTA 6 is gonna be huge compared to GTA 5, but I guess everyone already kind of knew that, right? And also, we have an airplane in the distance, as well as another one flying over. So this is really nice. Airplanes are obviously in this game, and we may be able to fly these. I have no idea. After that, it looks like we're now on the beach with all the sand and the trees, the palm trees. And this scene doesn't show us much except for Jason being very strong and looking like quite the player with these girls looking at him like that, which is very interesting. And another thing in the background which I found quite interesting is this lady which is walking with her dog just like in real life, which is very very nice. We haven't had that in GTA 5, now it's in GTA 6. Really nice. Next up we get to see a grocery store for the first time. Worth pointing out is the lottery ticket machine on the left, so there will be gambling and stuff like that returning to GTA 6, very nice. And we also see a cat on the right side of the screen. And this means with the previous scene with the dog that we will have a lot of animals in this game. Really, really nice. The next scene is really important as we take a look at a pretty bad aspect of GTA 5, the police. And NPCs of the police officers look really good. They align much better with what they actually are in real life, and it's really nice looking at this gang bust, I guess. Really, really cool. We then get to see Lucia for the first time in this trailer, as Jason is waiting for her, and she's wearing an ankle monitor, which stays on her the whole trailer, by the way, so if you're wondering, this is not taken off. This probably means this will be some sort of game mechanic, and it's gonna be interesting what they'll actually do with it. And after this scene, we finally get the good old-fashioned Rockstar Game Presents Black and Screen, and we immediately jump into the first of many romance scenes between Lucia and Jason. Immediately after, we get into a heist scene, and they are robbing what looks to be the Sinfrontiera National Bank. We can see the name right there, Sinfrontiera National Bank, yeah, which is pretty cool. It looks to be quite a huge bank as well, looking at how many walls and places we see around here, and also tables, probably more floors up there. And then we immediately jump into another romance scene, this time a bit more obscene. The next scene shows us Jason and Lucia at some sort of restaurant slash bar, and then it cuts to this, which I think is the best looking scene in this trailer. Take a look at this level of detailing. It is so gorgeous. The water looks absolutely stunning. It looks so good. I mean, look at these reflections and just oh, I have no words for this. But yeah, not only the water, the sunset also helps a lot. The scene makes it look more alive, and I don't know, just very nice. And they obviously look very detailed. I mean, look at them uh, moving, and it's a very good, very detailed scene. Next up, we see Jason at what looks to be Brian's company. Brian's Boat Works and Marina, boat repairs, equipment, and storage. And we meet Carl Campton for the first time, a friend of Jason's and a fellow associate of Brian's. And if you look on the website, he resembles Lester from GTA 5 a lot. He has some glasses as well. So I don't know. Maybe he will play a similar role in this game. Possibly? Question mark. I have no idea. It's just theory crafting right now. We then cut to this scene where we see some NPCs, former inmates, as you can see with the police officer here as well, doing some community service. And I gotta say, NPCs look much more refined in this game. doing actual real life stuff instead of just walking or sitting like in GTA 5, it makes this game more alive, like much more alive. The next scene shows us Jason and Lucia in a house, but I don't know for sure if it's Jason's house or not, as the scene at the beginning of the trailer showed us a much darker, shadowy house in the middle of the day, while this one is bright and has, as you can see, a lot of sunlight going in. So I'm not sure. What I am sure, however, is this guy. The snake that I'm guessing if it's Jason's house, it's his snake. And I wonder if you can maybe interact with it, or it's just there as a decoration or something like that. Would be interesting to find out. We then cut to this scene with Jason, Lucia, and Cal at the bar, probably celebrating because of Lucia getting out of prison. And then we get to a sequence of a few scenes. We get to this, and this actually, two of them, which are what looks to be on a yacht, and that's really cool. Then we get another of Lucia and Jason in their car, and what's really interesting is we spot some bikers behind, which we may encounter at one point. I'm guessing some sort of bike gang, possibly. I mean, it looks like that guy has a not a bandana, I forgot what its name is, but like a hood, some sort of hood, like you would rob something. So it's gonna be interesting to see what exactly is gonna happen with these guys. Looks to be interesting, as this guy is definitely looking at them. And finally, two scenes in a club, which looks to be another celebration, but this time instead of with Cal, they're just the two of them. We then meet another new character, Drequan Priest, who's the guy on the left here, who introduces Jason to some of his friends. And yeah, he has for sure some connections because look at the tattoos on this guy. Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys. We then see three very angry dudes, with this guy in the front being buffed as hell. I mean, look at the detailing on him. Look at those veins around on his arms, I should say. And oh my god, it's this looking good. Lucia and Jason are then seen trying to escape an apartment room while a police helicopter is looking for them. And immediately after, we jump into a scene where Brian tells Jason the police have everything on them: the names, the address, as well as some police officers entering a place, presumably where Jason and Lucia were, probably going after him, after them. We see some more scenes of some cops, and we see this guy right here, which, as I read on the internet, I've also looked on the internet, obviously. Some people say it might be Jason, he might be a cop, some people don't. We actually have no idea. He could be a cop because he has army ties. I mean, he used to be in the army, as we see on the website. And so it's definitely going to be interesting to see who this guy is. And we cut to Jason shooting out of a car. Another improved aspect from GTA 5, as, look at this, the character leans out of the window much more. Whereas in GTA 5, you knew he only would have stuck his arm out. So this is, again, really, really cool and improved. The important thing in the next scene for me is not the girl here, but the returning public transport in the bus. And also we now have the Vice City Metro, which I think is gonna be really cool and much cooler than the trains and trams which were in GTA 5. We then cut to two scenes of fighting: Jason beating a guy next to a motel, and Lucia fighting someone in some sort of gym, or I guess fight club. It could be a fight club because it has a guardrail, it has people watching and actually enjoying. As you can see, people are actually enjoying this, so this might be a fight club, which is gonna be really, really cool. One of the coolest scenes in this trailer is Lucia blowing up three police cars, and the explosion looks fantastic, very detailed, very realistic, and we then cut to a very random scene where Jason and Draquan are watching something on a phone and get very surprised and shocked by it. So interesting reactions here. Reminds me a lot of Franklin and Lamar, I think, honestly. The next scene shows us Lucia fighting a very buffed woman on the side of a plane, right above the city, and very close to the city, I should also mention. The plane is not that far up. And then we jump to a scene where someone, presumably Jason or Lucia, is towing some sort of crate, I think. It looks like a crate. And yeah, I think these are a couple of very interesting missions right here. I mean, one of them, a life or death situation over the city in a plane. This one carrying a crate, probably stealing a crate, obviously, this crate. After it, another romance scene between Jason and Lucia, and a guy making a video with them. We see a couple of cool, very cool, and new cars in GTA 6. So that's really nice. This looks like, I think maybe, I know, I actually don't know. I would say a Revuelto, but no, the headlights are nothing like a Revuelto. We also have the Viper, I think the Carrera, very very nice. Then we see a hotel slash nightclub thing here, and people are dancing everywhere, including on top of this overhang, which is kind of wild. And we finally take a look at the strip club for the first time in this game. And the huge thing after this is the Ammu-Nation ad, which confirms the Ammu-Nation is back, so from GTA 5 obviously, so that's really cool. And here we finally see the Grass Rivers for the first time, which is based on the Everglades. Jason is flying a version of the Buzzer, as we can see, the Buzzer helicopter, returning from GTA 5. And he's chasing a boat, so another interesting mission here. And one other interesting thing is this animal right here, which I can't for sure say what it is, honestly. I almost want to say it's a wild boar. I mean, it really resembles a wild boar. I don't know why, but I I couldn't say. I'm not great at animals, so I don't know for sure. We then take a close look at the jet ski, this time driven by Jason, and a couple of interesting things here. We have this new helicopter and I think a new version of a small yacht. I don't think we had it before in GTA 5. I might be wrong, but I think it's a new version and we might even be able to possibly drive this. I have no idea. Next up, we see Jason driving a motorcycle while a hydroplane is flying above him. And then we immediately see him jumping off the motorcycle on a truck to probably steal the car in there. So, another great mission we have. After yet another cuddly scene, we see this, which is, I don't know, I think probably Jason and Lucia. Jason looks like to be driving the boat. Lucia is shooting at a police helicopter. And then I think this is Jason, I'm not sure, but I think this is Jason driving a different type of motorcycle this time. In some sort of police chase scene, very cool. And he then proceeds to jump on the car that Lucia is driving. So we will maybe see a similar mission to the stolen boat mission in GTA 5, where Franklin had to jump on the boat to get Jimmy, I guess. So and then obviously Jimmy jumping on in Michael's car. It's gonna be really interesting. Cal then asks Jason if he can hook him up while being in Brian's warehouse. And finally, we take a look at the last scene of this trailer, which shows us Jason and Lucia having a chill drive towards Vice City, which a lot of people suspect is gonna be the last place we actually visit. We start off in the smaller cities and then build our way towards a final boss location, that being the biggest city of them all, Vice City. So a really cool concept there. And finally, the GTA 6 Grand Theft Auto 6 pops up May 26, 2026 for PS5 and Xbox X and S players, which obviously is a bummer for me because I'm a PC player and I think this is a lot of lost potential, but obviously if they made this game on PC as well, it would take even longer. And also they're gonna make a lot of money once again when they release this game on PC a year or two later. So yeah, I see why they're doing this. I don't agree with it. I think it's really bad. But yeah, nothing I can do about it. But anyway, guys, this is my analysis of this trailer. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.